Good morning. This is Send 7 World News in 7 minutes. I'm Stephen Devincenzi. Today is Monday, the 17th of August, 2026. Starting in Europe today, Belgium is fighting its biggest wildfire ever recorded. Firefighters from Germany and Luxembourg are helping to try to control it. In Croatia, there have also been severe wildfires this weekend, with hundreds of people forced to leave their homes and one person reported to have died. There are also currently ongoing wildfires in Greece, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, Slovakia, and Serbia. France's top court has blocked a new law which would ban children under 15 from using social media. The court said that the law violated rights of freedom of expression. President Emmanuel Macron has asked his government to rewrite the law. Ukraine conducted a major drone attack on the Moscow region this weekend, with Ukrainian officials saying that they hit a military airfield and a rocket center being used to support Russia's satellite internet network. Ukraine also hit a warehouse of the Wildberries online retailer. Various reports suggest Ukraine has now damaged or destroyed around 20% of Wildberries' warehouse capacity. Russia said that 6 people were killed in Ukrainian drone strikes this weekend. Russian drone and missile attacks on Ukraine killed at least 7 people this weekend, with a Russian attack also destroying a book market. Hungary has deliberately sunk 2 barges in the Danube River in order to raise water levels near the Pax nuclear power plant, which requires water from the Danube for its cooling system. The plant is working at only 25% capacity because of a lack of water. Also in Hungary, a bus of Polish tourists crashed yesterday, killing at least 10 people. Americas. In Mexico, authorities are attempting to remove masses of sargassum seaweed from the Caribbean coast. In Quintana Roo state, over 100 million kilograms of the foul-smelling seaweed have been removed in order to attempt to maintain a normal tourist season, which relies on beaches. In the United States, severe storms have caused floods in the Midwest, cutting the electricity of around 1 million people in the states of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. Indiana has recorded 6 deaths related to the storms. Also in the United States, during a political rally, President Donald Trump said that the US would declare the Strait of Hormuz to be a US territory, although it isn't clear what he actually meant by that.
And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
Africa. The current Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo was caused by a new transmission from animals to humans, according to a new study published in the medical journal Nature Medicine. Researchers from the DRC and other countries say that the genetics of the current Ebola strain show that it was not a mutation from a previous strain in humans, but started with a new animal-to-human transmission. There is currently no vaccine for this strain, called Bundibugyo. However, a vaccine is being trialled. In Morocco, border police dispersed migrants attempting to cross into the Spanish exclave of Ceuta this weekend. There were reports of social media messages calling for another mass crossing, as there was 2 weeks ago. Reuters has reported that Moroccan police arrested 111 people, mostly migrants from sub-Saharan Africa. Asia and Oceania. In Indonesia, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck on Saturday close to the island of Flores. At least 53 people are known to have died, and thousands of people were forced to leave their homes. In Lebanon, an Israeli airstrike on a house has killed 7 people, according to Lebanon's state news agency. Israel said that it targeted Hezbollah members after actions against Israeli soldiers. In Palestine's West Bank, there is an ongoing standoff between Palestinian villagers and Israeli settlers around the village of Qusra, where Palestinians say that they have been trapped inside their homes for a week after Israeli settlers blocked roads and surrounded their houses. This weekend, some Israeli and foreign activists attempted to deliver food to the Palestinian families, but were stopped by the Israeli military, according to Reuters. In Yemen, the Houthi group, which controls western Yemen, has continued attacks on ports in eastern Yemen, controlled by the internationally recognized government. The Houthis say that they are imposing a blockade on Saudi Arabia. Australia has announced that people will be able to give in guns for money in a plan known as a gun buyback scheme. The Australian government is attempting to reduce the number of guns in Australia after an Islamist attack on Jewish people in Sydney, which killed 15 people. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that the scheme will start to buy back guns in November.
Following the deeply anti-Semitic terrorist attack on Bondi Beach on the 14th of December 2025, National Cabinet stood in solidarity and met the next day. We agreed to action to eradicate anti-Semitism and to strengthen gun laws across the nation. Our governments are progressing with the National Gun Buyback Scheme, with New South Wales the first state to open a scheme on the 2nd of November 2026.
And also in Australia, a book has been returned to a library 150 years overdue. Ross Simmons found the book while renovating his home. It was in a box which had been enclosed inside a sealed fireplace. Simmons thought that the book might have been taken out of the Kiama Town Library by his great-great-grandfather, John Simmons, who had lived in that house 150 years ago. The library has said that they will put the book, which is about Greek antiquities, in its local history collection, but it won't be available to borrow anymore. We are on a semi-break at the moment, so we are only releasing episodes on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, but we will be back 5 days a week in September. However, this is the best time to become a Send 7 supporter, as we are using an old, lower price during August. And if you become a supporter now, you can keep that price even after our prices go up in September. Send 7 supporters listen to this podcast without adverts, and they get bonus episodes, transcripts written by us, no AI, vocabulary lists, worksheets, and world news quizzes, and somehow we give away 10% of our profit to charity. How many companies do you know that do that? You can become a supporter by clicking on the link in the episode description or go to send7.org/support. On Wednesday, you will be with Juliet Martin. Have a great day.